first thing we're going to do is use NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I just started Accutane for my skin, and what Accutane does is it really dries you out. So I have switched to products for dry skin instead of oily skin. So that might throw some of you guys off. You're probably like, what the heck? But I need it. I promise I need it. So I just got this last weekend and I am in love with it, but the problem that I'm seeing with it is that it doesn't have a pump. And I've gotten spoiled with my makeup for the past couple of months because I used the Urban Decay Naked Foundation, and then I used the MAC Foundation for long wear before that. So I've had a pump for a long time, so it's really taking me time to get used to it. I found out that at the NARS counter, they actually don't even have foundation brushes. They just use their hands, and I've realized why. This is impossible to put on with a brush. So what I've been doing is I just go in and I pat it on because it doesn't really spread very well. So I just pat it on all over, and then what I'll do is I'll go back in with a my normal foundation brush and just blend it out. Alright, next I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20. I'm just going to do one squirt and put it anywhere that needs extra coverage and also underneath my eye area. And if you need that extra concealer along in your eyebrows, that's totally fine because you can color them in later and it'll be fine. I've noticed that I always put on like 3 products above on my eyelid before I put my eyeshadow on, and I really think it's funny. Like, I think I have a problem. I just really always want that skin to match the color of the rest of my skin. I don't know why. So you're just going to have to bear with me the next couple of months while I'm on Accutane. As you can see, I have fine lines underneath here now because of the Accutane. It just dries you out and it makes everything, every little line that you might have, or even not have, because I've never had lines, it makes them super visible, and I've only been on it a week. So this is going to be a really fun experiment, and I hope you guys will just bear with me as I deal with this craziness that is my skin right now. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with the NARS Translucent Powder. I like doing this rather than using a heavy powder because, especially in the spring months like this, it can look a little cakey, and since my skin is so dry, I just don't need any extra powder to mattify me. But but I do want my foundation to look a little more set. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy powder brush and pat this on to set in any of that foundation and concealer. As you can see, that just gives it a nice mattified look. Let's go in with my Real Techniques contouring brush and my Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to contour out my face. And I just really want this to look really natural and blended. So after I've used a lot of the powder off the brush, I'm just going to go in and just kind of circle it out and make it look a little more natural. And now we're going to move on to eyes. First thing you're going to do is take your Urban Decay Primer Potion. I use the anti-aging one, as I've mentioned in previous videos. You really just need, you really just need a teeny tiny amount, and you're just going to spread that all over your eyelid and under your eyebrow. So as I mentioned, I really like to prime my eyelids really well before I put eyeshadow on. It just helps it stay. It helps it not get in your crease and leave those ugly lines. So it's really important to prime your eyelids. Take my Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to take this Half Baked color, the pretty gold one, and I'm just going to sweep that all over my eyelid, and I'm just going to use a big fluffy powder brush, I'm just going to use a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. How beautiful is that? So pretty. And you can be messy with this. I'm actually going to do mine a little bit above my crease because it's all going to be blended out later. So you can see that's a really pretty gold color. Next thing I'm going to do is take that same brush, and I'm going to grab Foxy, just this normal highlight color, and put that all above underneath my eyebrow. And it's okay that it has a little bit of that gold mixed in, because like I said, we're just going to blend like crazy later. Next, I'm going to take a different fluffy eyeshadow brush. This one's from Real Techniques. And I'm going to grab the Snakebite brown color I have right here. And I'm going to do that along the crease and a little bit into the lid. And also down a little. I really just want this look to be really blended and smoky. So when you're first doing it, you don't really have to worry about how even it is or anything like that, because it's just going to get blended out anyway. So as you can see, just kind of put it wherever. And then I'm going to take my big, huge, fluffy Real Techniques blending brush, and I'm going to put a little bit more of that gold, just like a dot, and just go in and blend it all out. So then you can just take a washcloth or whatever, and I'm just going to go up underneath and clean up any fallout. I've noticed that with gold pigments, there's always a little more fallout than normal. So I'm just going to clean that up, and you can use a Q-tip or whatever you want. Alright, so after you do that, we're going to move on to our eyeliner. This is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to include it in the film. But you just want to do solid line top and bottom, and I like to tight line underneath your lashes a little bit as well. Okay, so I am back. My camera died in the middle of filming, but it was actually really convenient because I just finished my eyeliner and let my camera charge for a little bit, had some lunch, and I'm back. So now we have our eyeliner done, and we are gonna move on to our eyebrows. So I'm going to take my Anastasia, whatever, eyebrow pencil. This is in, it's the Brow Wiz in, I think it's soft brown. Yep, in soft brown. And I'm going to take this end and just brush out my brows. And then I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to start at the outside and just color them in a little. The more close to the inside of your brow you go, the lighter you want to do it. Okay, and then after you do that, you're going to take the other side again and just brush through it, make sure that there aren't any random pieces sticking out. And at this point, if you want to use a brow gel over it to hold them in place, you can. I found that I don't have that much of a problem with my brows moving, so I don't use it, but it's totally up to you if you want to. Next, I'm going to do mascara. I'm using Clinique High Impact Extreme, and we're just going to do a few layers on both sides. What I like about this mascara is that it has bristles on the end of it so that you can use it this way if you need to and get those little outliers on the sides. I think we are back in action. My camera, I don't know how to work it, basically. I'm working on it. I'm really trying. Okay, so after you've done your mascara, we are going to go back and help out this gold effect by using the Maybelline Color Stiletto Accentuating Cream Eyeshadow. But what I'm going to do, it's just this gold one. And here, I'll show you on my hand. You can see it's got a nice shimmer to it. And what I'm going to do is do that in my waterline and kind of overlap it with the eyeliner that I have on the bottom. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is go back with my black liner and go over under the waterline with it again. Doing the cream eyeshadow under your waterline is a great alternative for people that aren't able to use eyeshadow under their eyes. Some clients, it just disappears on, and I am one of them. So for me, it's much easier to use a cream like that than to try to get shadow under there and it disappear and I get fallout and it's just down here and it's just a complete mess. So I'd rather use the cream and just not have to deal with it. Next thing I'm going to do is use my e.l.f. blush. This is, I'm not sure what this is in. It's a knockoff of like the Laguna and Orgasm blush from NARS. But I'm just going to do this because it has a little bit of gold in it and go right along my cheekbones. It's just got a little bit of shimmer in it just to lighten you up a little bit. Then the next thing I'm going to do is go in with a different blush brush, and I'm going to take my NARS highlighter in Albatross, and I'm going to go over the top of my cheeks, down the middle of my forehead and nose, and then I'm going to do a dot above my Cupid's bow, and then a little bit under my eyebrows. As you can see, it just gives you a little bit of a glow so that you're not looking so matte and so cakey. Cakey is not the right word. You're not looking so matte. And the final touch for this look is going to be, for me, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Pure Color and Pure Gloss duo. This is in Pink Kiss. So I'm going to use the lipstick here. And then we're just going to put the gloss right over it. That is my blush gold look, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.